Well, Johann Galtung, one of the founders of this institution in 1982, and now teaching 1 week. The usual pattern, teaching conflict transformation. Well, I've been in the field for 50 years, so, you know, a little bit of experience has accumulated. And when Gerald Mahler started putting this thing together, some kind of intuition he had, I was one of the 3-4 persons he called upon. The others were Germans, to get some kind of guiding light about it. Now, as I said, it has been a very complicated process. And one point is, of course, the difficulty of finding qualified persons. So in Professor Fischer I found it. And it is also not so easy to find a formula for it. And I think the formula of, instead of having resident faculty in a little, very small village, to have resource persons come for 1 week or even half a week and give what they have to give has worked quite well. So from your point of view as students, it means that if you're here 3 terms, you'll get acquainted with about 40, 50 persons. Many of them personalities. Instead of being exposed just to 3 professors. And of those 40, 50, more than half will be practitioners. So that was our goal. That is now being destroyed, so I guess we are at the end of the rope. And by August 2009, it's all over. Dieter and I, we started the World Peace Academy in Switzerland, which will be an improved version of what EPU is today. But you see, EPU will be subject to the so-called Bologna process. And in the Bologna process, there are 2 requirements that will kill EPU. The one is that to teach, everybody has to have a doctor's degree. And the practitioners don't have that, fortunately. If they had it, they probably wouldn't have had time to accumulate the practice they have. And the other point is the residential requirement. So that will make for, you see, lectures from Tuesday from 10 to 12 and Thursday from 10 to 12 and so on, the traditional format. And that's okay. That's okay. But that doesn't give this variety of persons coming in that has been the strength of the institution. So I'm amazed how they, with a stroke of a pen, can kill 26 years of work, behind which there is quite a lot of heavy work and experience. Now, that particular work just moves 500 kilometers to the west and starts going in Basel instead. So what is Austria's loss will be Switzerland's gain. Yes, you have to prove yourself in practice, you see. It's the only way. And you don't ask for recognition and so on, that won't come, because that'll come much later. You just do a good job. And you'll find that people are waiting for it, and people are anxious, and they want a good job to happen. So you enter a conflict, you bring with you what you have learned, not only from me, but from everybody you have been exposed to, and you just try to do as well as you can. So the proof of the pudding is in the eating. You will have the advantage that those academics with a doctor's degree don't know anything what to do in the field. They can only give lectures about it. So it's a kind of interesting situation. And I assume that in about 10, 20 years, our way of doing it will be totally recognized. No problem at all. But still take some time. You see, there's a governmental way of doing things based on security, be strong militarily, be able to crush the enemy. And there is our way of doing things, which is to find out what's the conflict about and how can we solve it. It's a different way. Teaching here at Schleining 3 times a year. Let us say for the last 6 years, let us say 15, 18 times or something of the kind. I'm amazed by the quality of the participants and the dedication and the different types of skills. and coming from different walks of life and of course from different countries. And what I'm afraid of is that we will get students who are more interested in getting a PhD and references for a book, an academic career. Whereas of the, let us say, 15 by 40 students, let's say 600 that I've been exposed to during the period of Professor Fischer, almost all of them are interested in doing the concrete work in the field, doing it. Peace education, art and education, mediation, conciliation, all those tricky things, non-violence, difficult things. And what I hope from us resource persons is to get the skills to do it. So we try, and I'm very much encouraged by the type of participants we have had.
Well, thank you very much.
You're so welcome.